show where together we share, we express, we dialogue, and talk about the tools that we all need to live the life that we deserve to live, to have the experiences that we want to have, and most importantly, create the memories that we want to create. I love reading your comments. I love seeing your engagement with each other and with me on every single episode. In this episode, we're going to talk about the importance of community. What does that mean? You know, I run with game-changing gladiators. I do. I even have a membership called Game-Changing Gladiators Membership, just because that's what we do. And what I realize is that as a gladiator, as a change agent, as a mover and shaker, as a leader, whatever you call yourself, we have a tendency to default first to running solo. I don't know about you, but that's a natural default to me. And I have to remind myself that while I can do it alone, doing it in a community feels better. While it looks like if I do it alone, I'll do it faster, the reality is the long-term payoff always happens when it's done in a community. And so I want to just for a moment share with you some of the benefits. You already know these benefits, but it took me some time as an entrepreneur, hashtag solopreneur, hashtag lonelypreneur, hashtag do it on my own preneur. It took me some time to really understand the power of community. Community is in place to give you feedback. A community that is willing to give you honest feedback on your brilliance, to share with you where you shine, to share with you where you have a viewpoint that most people don't have, or you have a contribution that many people don't. Community is designed to give you feedback on the areas that might be in your blind spot. That's been the biggest benefit to me in community, is that I see 100% of what I see. You see 100% of what you see. But what you see is here for all of us. And community can start back here and show you what you don't see. That's the first thing, is that community is there to give you feedback. So the second thing that your community is there to do is to be the helium in your balloon. When you're in the weeds and you're working and you're doubling down and you're designing, your goal is to give your dream to a community of gladiators who are willing to be the helium. Whether they tweak it or not, whether they give you real feedback or not, they give it in the spirit of being the helium in your balloon. Meaning, if you're the string and you're anchored, they're the helium and they're reminding you to soar. There are other days where you're going to be the helium and you're going to be floating everywhere, and your community is going to be the string to make sure that you don't fly away inside dreams, but that you stay rooted in action steps. The third thing, your community is there to be your accountability group. They're there for you to set realistic goals inside of realistic dates and realistic, doable action items to get there. And this community, this true community of service, of results, inside that community could be a couple of people, a few people, and you meet with them every other week and you go over the conversation of, what are you in action on? Just 3 simple questions. What are you in action on? Where do you need help? And what do you want to be celebrated for? So accountability is key, and it's easy. It's not difficult. It's not confrontational. It's real simple. Every 2 weeks, a quick 59-minute call. What are you in action on? Where do you need help? And what do you want to be celebrated for? What I know is that most gladiators who are on my campus, they have a community, accountability community, and then it fades away. They're not forever. Sometimes they're 4 months, sometimes they're 6 months, sometimes they're as long as 2 years. And then you must create another one. And so again, your community is there to help you get to the best version and vision of yourself. They're there to give you feedback. They're there to be the helium in your balloon or the string in your balloon. And they're there to be your accountability community. They're there for you to throw your dreams against the wall and see what sticks. They're there to remind you that when you're not seeing yourself in the best way, the best version of you, to borrow their lenses. Allow yourself to see yourself through their lenses. Now, For so long, I walked by myself. I dreamt by myself. I accomplished by myself. I rarely celebrated my achievements because I was busy on the next. Your community, they're there to cheer you on, to hold you accountable, and to champion your achievements, big or small, their achievements. You will blow your own mind with what you can accomplish with a community. If you can do it really good by yourself, man, it only gets and feels better when you're doing it with a community. I can tell you of all my accomplishments, one of my greatest accomplishments was building a community for myself. One that I call my cheerleaders, my confidants, my ride or dies, and my friends. And many of them I didn't know at all when I started this journey. Remember, this show is not just a monologue, it's a dialogue. I would love to hear from you. What was your biggest aha from this particular episode? What's a takeaway? Lisa, in reference to community, this is what I'm going to do in the next 30 days. This is what I'm going to do in the next 90 days. Please comment below. I really want to hear. Leave me a comment and let me know, how did this touch your soul? Or how did it remind you of something that you already knew? You had already learned, but it was a great reminder. Remember, I'm not here to teach you a bunch of new things. I'm here in some cases to be a gentle, loving nudge of a reminder. And finally, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so, because we want you in this community. And look out for more delicious, dynamic conversations. After all, this is your home, and we are your tribe. If you've been here before, you're saying it with me already, right? And I am your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And every single time that I say I believe in you and that I love you, it's because I do. I really, really do. I cannot wait to see you soon. Peace out.